In this and the following lesson, we will cover the basics of Instagram stories, so you can get more comfortable using them. If you are already familiar with all the basic functions, you can skip this part and dive right into the first project in the next lessons. For the demonstrations, I will be using Instagram on my iPhone, but most tricks will work on the Android too. And please be mindful that Instagram updates its app very often, and some of the workflows I will be showing may change. However, the creative concepts should stay the same. For some of the tricks, it may be easier when you use an iPad and Apple Pencil, when you draw and sketch, but you will be, of course, able to create these concepts and ideas only with your finger. Okay, and now let's talk about the navigation and where to find all the buttons and features. You will find your stories in the top bar in your Instagram app. To access them, just tap on the profile picture with the pink-orange gradient highlight. This indicates that the user has a current active story. They are displayed in form of a reel and you can navigate back and forth. Here I will walk you through how I would typically post a basic story. So first, let's go to the home screen in the Instagram app by selecting the home icon on the bottom left corner. To access the stories, tap the icon on the top left corner of your screen. You can also swipe left from the home feed to access the camera for your stories, and I use this option more often than the other one. As I usually don't create stories live when I'm outside because I don't want to spend all my time online, I skip the camera roll feature here. I create the stories separately, so I go directly to the option to upload images and videos from my camera roll. At the moment, the Instagram algorithm doesn't seem to care, so it doesn't really matter which option you use. To access the images and videos, tap on the icon on the bottom left or just swipe up. You can access the images either from the camera roll, favorites, or other folders you have created. And one more tip, the videos are cut to maximum 15 seconds, so keep that in mind when creating a story. When you upload an image or video into the story from the camera roll, you can swipe left or right to scroll through the basic filters. One of my favorites is Paris if there is a face in the image because it smoothens the skin and it looks like you have a glow. Other filter I like to use is also Cairo because it gives very nice warm tones to the images. Next step is adding text. And this is one of the most important features for me. I usually want to describe what I was thinking when creating the story and why I'm even sharing it. Here you have few font options, and we will talk more about how to put together interesting text layouts in the lesson about layering text. My current favorite is a typewriter font. Basically, we have few font options and you can change alignment to the left, middle, or to the right. You can also add background color to the text by clicking on the button with an A. I usually choose the text background color related to the warm color palettes I use very often in my feed, and if it doesn't work well with the image, I select another color from the photo. To select different colors, tap and hold on the bottom and you can get access to the whole rainbow of colors. When you are happy with the text, you can scale it with the 2 fingers and move it around the screen and place it where you like it. To access the marker tools, just go to the squiggly icon on the top right. Now you can use the marker tool with different colors which you can see at the bottom, or you can utilize the color picker as I just mentioned, and not just selecting the color dots at the bottom of the screen. The next thing is to add some fun GIFs or GIFs, and in order to do this, tap the button with the smiley to access the different sticker options where you find all the GIFs. Stickers are a great way to spice up your photos and videos in the stories. I will come back to this selection with more ideas in the lessons about the GIFs, but for now select the GIF option, tap GIF, and you will see all the trending animations. These don't always have to fit your style, so you can use the search function to look for something which would be more related to your image and your liking. For example, sunshine or clouds. As with the text, you can pinch the screen and resize and reposition, or tap the GIF once and it will flip horizontally. If you have a creator or business account and more than 10,000 followers, you can also add a link to your website, product, or service by clicking the chain icon on the top. And if you don't have this available, you can always add a GIF saying link in my bio and add the active link to your Instagram bio, because there it will work. If we want to add a link into the stories, tap the icon and paste the link. To make this process faster and easier for myself, I usually have all my frequently used links saved in notes on my phone to have them at hand and quickly paste them into the stories. After pasting the link, you can click preview to test if the links works, and voila, we are done. After adding the link, you can always write swipe up with the text tool or use swipe up GIF, or you can just use little arrows GIF if you want to be more subtle to enhance the action to check out your link. I like to vary these options so it's not the same all the time. If you choose a GIF option, there are plenty to choose from. You can always select the ones which fits well with your image or video. Usually placing at the bottom works the best because there is where you would start swiping up, where the Instagram also shows the small arrow icon to swipe up. So you can combine these two. To post your story, just go to Post Your Story at the bottom right, and then click on the top, Share Your Story. If you are part of any Instagram groups, you can also share your story there too. I usually like to repost the stories on YouTube to reuse my content. To do that, I usually save my stories with the arrow button on the top left corner so I can post them on YouTube separately. I also connected my stories to Facebook so they are automatically posted there too. This saves quite a lot of time. To check out how your stories look live, tap on your profile picture to see them. Static images are shown for 5 seconds and the videos are cut up to 15 seconds, as I mentioned before. Some people are not aware, but if you like to pause the reel, you can just hold the finger on the screen and the story will stop. To go back to the previous story, tap left, and to go to the next story, you can tap right. Usually when you see in the analytics that people go back in your stories or they pause the story, it's a good sign because this means that they find it interesting. Okay, in this lesson we covered the basics of Instagram stories in terms of the features and user interface. And in the next lesson we will talk about recording videos for your stories and the cool feature of zooming and using the grid. See you there!